Okay, so for the intro you need two chords, an E, an E sus4, which is just an embellishment of an E chord. So to play that shape, you just add the little finger to fret 2 of the 4th string, and that just alters the E shape from this to this. There we go. Now for the rest of the song, you could play one strumming pattern if you wanted, okay? The basic pulse of the rhythm in the song is this. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. In terms of downstrokes and upstrokes, that's down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, you can do that for the whole song and it'll sound just fine. But what I'm going to open up in this lesson is how to do different strumming patterns in the one song, because realistically all these famous songs really don't do one strumming pattern all the time. It's always a little bit different, and especially if you ever went to see bands like this live, it's never going to be the exact same rhythm the whole time in the song. Okay, so keep that in mind as I go forward. So for the E chord you can do 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Okay. For the E sus4, it really will sound like the song if you do this rhythm. That's down, up, up, up. Or 1 and 2 and. So this is a syncopated rhythm because beats 3 and 4, where the downstrokes would naturally appear usually, they're missing, so that might feel a little weird for you at first. So if you put those two rhythms together, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and that really sounds like the song when you do those rhythms together. That'll take care of the intro. Okay, into the verses you'll need an E chord, an A chord, and a B7. Okay, so those are chords you'll need here. Again, the rhythm's not strictly going to stay the same, although you can do that basic rhythm at the start that I showed you. What I've done here though is alternate the rhythm to make it interesting for you. So, let's listen to a playthrough of it first. So for the first bar of the verse, basic rhythm on the E chord. Change to an A chord, and now I've changed the rhythm. It's 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I think it sounds really cool and more like the song if you alternate between those rhythms in the verses. So if that's a challenge for you, I would advise just practice those two chords for now, getting the change of rhythm going, okay? Okay, so you do that E to A with the different rhythm 3 times. Then throw in a couple of B7s at the end of the verse and also do that change of rhythm. And play through all of that 2 times, and that would make you arrive at the first chorus. Okay, into the chorus. Just going to keep the rhythm the same for the chorus, the basic 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then let's look at the chords. nice set of chords here, and some more interesting ones than your basic shapes. So let's clarify the chords. A, there's 2 bars of that, 2 bars of E, back to 2 bars of A. Then we've got this interesting chord, F sharp minor 11. Now, if you don't know what that is, and you know how to do a bar chord, you could do just an F sharp minor bar chord, which is fine. This sounds much more kind of interesting and mystical. So the way you do this, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A string, 4th finger, 4th fret of the D string, 1st finger, 2nd fret of the G string. Just ignore the low E string, but importantly, you want the high E and B string ringing open. And it gives it that beautiful sound because of that. So you've got 1 bar of one of those F sharp minor 11s, then 1 bar of B7, 1 bar of E, 1 bar of F sharp minor 11, A sus2, which is just an A chord with open B string ringing out. Okay, so whatever way you want to play the fingers for that, you do that. And then finish with a B7. And that's all the chords in the chorus. So I'll play through all that a bit faster. And just a tip if you want, that F sharp minor 11 chord, I know that might be a tricky change, so you could alter your usual E shape a little bit for the change when those 2 chords happen. Just get rid of the 1st finger on how you would usually play an E chord. So place it this way, finger 3, 4 and 2. So when you change to F sharp minor 11, you know, that's quite a nice change if this is very alien to you. So you can try that. Here's the chorus faster. Now you can keep going through the song and you'll find that that's most of it done, really. Most of the rhythms you would need. So I'm going to be very generous today. I will put the tab with the rhythmic notation in the description. You can just download it for free there and you'll just see for the rest of the song how things go. So as you end the first chorus, I've just put, this is called an interlude section, which is the intro again, the A to E sus4. Okay, you do that, then you do another verse, another chorus, and another one of those interludes. So then there's a guitar solo and there's some rhythm under it. So largely the same stuff here. I'm just going to play through it for you. So that was the guitar solo rhythm, okay, which is basically like a verse and a chorus stuck together in the background. But do get the free tab there so you can follow all that stuff. Then another verse comes in. It just starts a bit differently. then it goes into another chorus, and then an outro section. So I'm just going to play through the rest of the song for you. And for a bit more context of the speed of the song, I'm doing it a bit slower than the actual full BPM there. So if I was to do a chorus and the outro there at a quicker speed, this is what it would be. Now, if you've made it this far, brilliant. I'm going to show you something extra fancy and just for a bit of extra fun and development of your playing. So, we can insert some other chords here to make this more interesting for you. Really beautiful sounding chords. And we did one of them already. So, that F sharp minor 11 really sounds very nice, and it's got a lot to do with those two high strings ringing out throughout it, okay? Now, in the chorus, in the last 4 bars of the chorus, instead of the A sus2, which has that kind of airy sound as well, that sounds lovely, let's put in a different chord called A add 9. Which is almost a bar chord. So if you can't play bar chords, this would help you get to them at some point. If you can't play bar chords, you'll be able to get this. So, if you played an E chord without the first finger, like I mentioned earlier, finger 3, 4 and 2, move this shape up so that those guys are now at fret 7 and the middle finger's at fret 6 on the A, D and G string. Again, these two skinny strings are going to be open, but we need the root note of the chord, 5th fret of the low E string, and you get this lovely chord called A add 9. Now, instead of B7, we can play something called B add 11. Just move this shape up 2 frets to fret 7. Real nice. Now, those chords together, E, F sharp minor 11, A add 9, B add 11. Doesn't that sound really, really kind of airy and mystical? Now, if I put the strumming on that,